Well, first up, outgoing Chief Executive of the Chamber of Bulk Oil Distribution Companies, Senior Hosi, is warning of serious fuel supply challenges and a banking sector crisis in the coming months if current concerns about right pricing of petroleum products and funding are not urgently addressed. The Chief Executive, who is stepping down from the position from July 31 after 10 years, spoke on PM Express.
If government was regulating prices today and consumers were paying full price, it will be paying higher than they are paying at the pump. Really? Just read the industry reports and you see the NPA price benchmarks. When you see the actual NPA price benchmark, if they were setting it, and you see what you are paying for, I think that you'll be chasing the BDCs and then the OMCs and giving them plaques and awards and even asking them how they do it. I sit here, I even struggle to imagine
how are you doing
do
it?
I think people are just steaming and leading, and a lot of debt is piling up. Very soon there'll be a crisis on that particular part of the sector, and that's why the banks, together with the chamber, have taken a proactive step to look at ways to de-risk and cure this problem. George, you can't buy something at 12 and sell at 11 and expect to make money.
But how are you surviving? You are private firms. You are not for the Christmas.
So there's a very lousy sense.
What is stopping you from pushing to ensure when George drives to a senior service station, I pay for the right price? It's competition. There are over 100 oil marketing companies in Ghana.
There are different ways of doing that. Either you are stealing from the state, or you are stealing from your bank or your financiers. Somebody is giving something. So that's why we have to make sure we properly sanitize the structure, the funding structure, because it's the biggest problem you have in this industry. You have a shortage problem when you actually have a funding problem. The last time we had a shortage in this country is because we had a funding problem created by government's unpaid subsidies.
And that has always been the problem.
In recent times, the close shave that we have had has also been a funding problem because of challenges with FX. And even when FX was fixed, now we have challenges with the pricing of FX. So it's always a funding problem that yields shortages in Ghana. It has had never anything to do with
ability to supply product.
The product is there. If you pay, you get it.
Senior Hosi there, outgoing Chief Executive of the Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors. Update on fuel prices now. Prices of petroleum products are expected to witness some significant reduction this weekend. This is based on data secured from some bulk oil distributors on pricing of products for the next 2 weeks. Diesel should go down by more than 11% a litre. Petrol, on the other hand, should be reduced by almost 4%. LPG will go down by almost 10% per kilogram. Here's Duncan Amwa, who is Executive Secretary of the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers.
We pick every indication that pump prices would decline or go down by some 5% between the two products, petrol, diesel. Diesel has gone down steeply. Petrol has done about 3% reduction. Diesel has done almost 11%. Unfortunately, there was the reintroduction of the rebate that government through the finance ministry did of 15 pesos. And so plus and minus, you are looking at doing about 5.3% effective second window, July. What that means in nominal terms, you are looking at between 50 to 70 pesos a litre, scaling down on pump prices. We would make attempts to talk with them to hold on a bit, to see what the pumps throw at us. I'm sure their frustration is also stemming from, increases over the past few weeks, and we'll personally make efforts to at least get to them to see how they could hold on to observe a few more days what pump prices become.
And you heard Duncan Amwa there talk about prices, transfer fares at the latter part of that interview because it has an impact on inflation. So with food and transportation being some key indicators driving inflation, Senior Lecturer at the Department of Finance at the University of Ghana Business School, Dr. Benjamin Amwa, has urged government to fix challenges hindering the success of the Planting for Food and Jobs program. According to him, government would have to revisit the program. Speaking to Joy Business, he called for measures from government to cushion petroleum consumers regardless of the global economic crisis.
The issue of food is quite interesting because, you see, like we already said, having gone through planting for food and job for about minimum 4 years, one expects that when it comes to food, we should at least have food in abundance, and again, the price at which foodstuffs are increasing should significantly reduce. On the other hand, we are seeing the reverse. What it means is that there are a lot of what I would call linkages that have not been linked up so much in our food production sector, to the extent that what government is putting into the sector by way of support to get more people into agric and to also support the farmers to produce more is not being realized. Hence, we are putting so much money into planting for food. But when you go to the retail market for foodstuffs, you realize that there is no correlation between what we are being told in the news, what are being told on the airwaves about planting for food compared to what we buy. And this is one thing that is hurting the average pocket of the Ghanaian, because your salaries are not increasing, but then day in, day out, when you go to the shop to buy items, prices are going up. And that is one major factor that I think the policymakers will really, really have to consider. On the transport too, yes, there's Ukraine and Russia. However, you see, before Ukraine and Russia, fuel prices were on the ascendancy. So it is just a matter of Ukraine and Russia coming in now. But the issue of the prices, you don't expect anybody to tell you that fuel prices will go up. How is a Ghanaian being cushioned? That is a discussion. And if these two major items, transport and food stuff, will increase in price, then definitely they are going to have a lot of worker unions coming out to complain. Why? Because these are the two major things that each and every one of us cannot do without. And if the price of these items will go up, then definitely we, the labor will always complain and ask for increases just so that they are protected from inflation. So the government will have to look at these things, especially for planting for food. They may have to unpack the whole initiative and then look at where the problems are and then try as much as possible to provide solutions to the problem. If not, you cannot have planting for food for 4 years and then food prices go up like this. It begs the question as to what has been done as far as the resources that have been pumped into this area of the economy is concerned.
Well, as part of engagements with the general public on the state of the economy and the way forward as a country, Joy Business on Monday, July 18, will hold its maiden town hall meeting at the University of Ghana Business School. Now, this will afford students the opportunity to discuss happenings in the country. Joy Business editor Charles Nixon-Yeboah joins me in the studio with a look ahead to the program. Welcome to the studio, Charles. So why are we holding this town hall meeting?
Well, let me first say that this particular town hall meeting is being powered by Joy Business with support from the University of Ghana Business School. Basically, what we are trying to do is to advance conversations within the business and finance ecosystem. We believe that the student population are very critical going forward into the future. They would make critical decisions in the next 10 plus years to come. You know, they form the majority of the millennials and Generation Z. So it is very critical for us to take the conversation to them, to proffer solutions to what managers of the economy could do to revive the struggling Ghanaian economy. We all know the state of the Ghanaian economy currently, rising interest rates, rising inflation.
That is true.
We are having challenges with financing, and that is what triggered the move to the IMF for bailout. So basically, we want to get the student population who make a majority of the Ghanaian population to kind of share some insight and thoughts on what to do going forward regarding the state of the Ghanaian economy.
So tell us specifically what topics are going to be dealt with during the town hall.
Well, we are basically going to look at the current state of the Ghanaian economy, i.e. the move by government to the International Monetary Fund. We are also going to talk about how to address the rising interest rate as well as inflation. We all know the impact of increasing prices of goods and services on lending rates and cost of borrowing as well as cost of living. So basically, this is what the topic for discussion is going to be centered on.
All right, and so let's talk about who is moderating, who the panelists are going to be. I see that on the screen. We have Dr. Benjamin Amwa, who is Senior Lecturer, Department of Finance at the University of Ghana Business School. But what's interesting is that we have the students themselves as the panel for that town hall meeting. You want to take us through that, or should I?
Absolutely. You know, this time around, we decided to move away from the expert to, you know, the students, as I rightly said earlier on. And we believe that in the next 10 plus years to come, they would play key roles in the economy. Some of them will find themselves in the public sector space as well as the private sector space, trying to shape policy and strategy going forward. So Dr. Benjamin Amwa would be the moderator. He's a senior lecturer at the University of Ghana Business School, the finance department to be specifically. We have a PhD student, Ban Kusi. We also have a Rabna Ansan, who is in the Department of Accounting and Finance. She's actually an accountant student. We also have Ebenezer Yeboah and Joseph Temenu, who is actually a finance and economics student. So we have some of the students coming from the Department of Economics.
That's very interesting. And so who can be a part of this town hall?
Well, it's actually meant for the student population, but we all know that it's an interest for all. So the public is also invited. It will be held, held at the RS Amegashi Hall of the University of Ghana Business School. It's quite huge and it can sit some population. So we are inviting all the students at the University of Ghana campus, and we expect the public to also show interest. It will be telecast live on JoyNews TV. So
1:30 on Monday.
It will be very exciting. We hope to get more comments from the audience as much as possible. And we believe that government officials or policymakers will be monitoring. So some of the suggestions would be taken in good faith and also incorporate in government policy going forward.
All right, I guess that you expect should be the impact of
absolutely. We expect government to also take critical interest in this particular program because of the population involved, in the sense that they matter as far as shaping policy in the country is concerned. So we believe that government will show keen interest in this maiden town hall meeting, the Joy Business town hall meeting, to be precise.
Joy Business editor Charles Nixon there. We are looking forward to this and more on this. Dean of the University of Ghana Business School, Professor Justice Baole, has been speaking to us ahead of the event. Take a listen.
This program is supposed to give a platform to our students to engage on national issues. You know, our school is a business school. We train students in various disciplines, and we want them to be abreast with the events that are happening in the country. Not just that, but that they should have a say in the things that happen. And we think that this event is going to offer our students a platform to share views on what they think is happening to us as an economy, but also most importantly, to get the students share views and perspectives on how they think we should be moving forward as a nation. I am sure that students would have interest in all manner of things, including some macroeconomic indicators. I'm sure students will be interested in our debt burden. I'm sure students will be interested in the issues of inflation. I'm sure students will be interested also in the things of unemployment and economy generally. So I expect that the students would come forth and speak up and put forward their positions as far as the economy is concerned. My expectation again is that students would, after this event, begin to appreciate, because this will discuss, and the students would appreciate the conversations and perhaps pick up these conversations on their platforms, in their lecture rooms with their lecturers, and to engage with the Business House JCR events and other programs. Ultimately, I think the political managers should probably tune in and listen to the views of young students who have a thing or two to say to them. Who knows? Maybe salvation may just come from the students.
Now talking about these students, I know you engage them in so many ways. What had been some of the feedback with respect to the indicators out there, how the economy is faring and all that? What have been some of the feedbacks from some of these students?
Well, I mean, our students are very active students. In my class, for example, when we engage students on the state of the economy, and we usually will talk about various aspects. One of the things that I teach is on ethics, and in the ethics class, we usually will look at major considerations. For example, the level of corruption in Ghana. We would usually talk about the Auditor General's reports, other forms of leakages, for example, things like exemptions that cost the country a lot of money. So you would see that students are really passionate about these, and so our students are alive to the discourse in the country, and they have a thing or two to say. And so I expect that the way they are active in class and the contributions they make in class will be brought to bear on the discussions of the day.
All right, so do make a date. This Monday at 1:30 p.m. is going to be live on the JoyNews channel, the maiden edition of the Joy Business Town Hall meeting on the state of the economy. We're taking a short break. When we come back, we'll be at the Tamale Central Market to get the prices of meat. There's a meat hub there, I'm told. Interesting story coming up. Don't click.
This week.
Hello, welcome back to the marketplace. This next story will interest you, especially if you are in the northern region. Tamale is noted as the hub of meat, and on today's edition of the Joy Business Shopping List, we visit some butchers at the central market and engage some traders as well.
On Shopping List, I take you all the way to Tamale Central Market to experience nightlife shopping at their markets. Come with me on today's episode. My name is Emma Davis. Please, how much is a pound of meat?
1 pound bone-in is 12 cedis. Boneless, 14 cedis.
14. How much did you used to sell it before? Like about a month ago, how much did you used to sell it?
Sell it?
Yes.
The cut or?
About a month ago.
Not month.
Okay.
About 5 months now. 1 pound is, you are selling 10 cedis.
10 cedis?
Yes.
Okay. But now you are selling 12
cedis.
Why?
The cow is not there. The thing is too costly. So that's why I'm selling 1 pound 12 cedis, boneless 14 cedis.
Ali, how much do your goat? 1 pound be how much?
1 pound is 12 cedis.
12 cedis?
Yes.
Okay. Do you sell them plus the bone?
Yeah, the goat meat do not have boneless.
Okay. And then the intestines, you sell them?
Yeah, they sell the intestine. Intestine 1 pound is 10 cedis.
And then the towel?
Yes.
The towel too?
And the towel, all you mix it together.
You mix it?
Yes, together, yes.
Oh, okay. But before, how much did they sell the 1 pound, the meat?
1 pound, 12 cedis.
Before?
No, the last time they sell it 10 cedis.
10 cedis?
Yes.
And now it be 12 cedis?
It be 12 cedis.
And then the
intestine, the last time, the 1 pound is 8 cedis. 8 cedis? Yeah.
So how much be your cow hen?
It depends upon their sizes.
Okay.
Big one like this, 500 Ghana cedi.
Okay.
But quarter will give it to you around 450 or 400. And this one 350 last 300.
And the legs?
The same thing applies to the leg. And this one like this, 300 for the four. But you can get 150, 200. But right now, as we are speaking, everything is costly now.
So how much was this sometime back?
Sometime back, you can get this one 300, 350.
And this one like 200?
200. 300 too.
And the tail now how much?
This one too is the same thing.
So now it is how much?
This one 400.
400.
This one is a big one.
And then before it was how much?
And like before, you can get a 250. But right now, I don't think you can afford it.
I'm a seamstress.
Okay.
This work is for my mom, a fishmonger.
Okay.
So my sister traveled and I'm in charge here.
So how much is this one?
This is 25.
And this one?
And this 10 cedis. This 5 cedis. 5 cedis and 10 cedis.
Are they all salmon?
No, these are salmon. And this tuna fish.
Tuna fish?
Yes, please.
Has that always been the price?
Yes.
Okay. And then the kako?
The kako is 2 cedis. Momoni 2 is there. Beef 2 is there, 2 cedis. Momoni is 1 cedi.
Okay.
And the kako is 2 cedis. At first, we buy this one 10 cedis.
Okay.
That's first. But now, the cost of the prices, so now we have increased it.
Okay.
Yes.
And this one?
That one too. First, the tail is 5 cedis. Now we have increased it 10 cedis. This one too, 5 cedis. Now it's 10 cedis. This one first it was 3 cedis. Now it's 5 cedis. The tuna fish too is fixed price.
Okay.
It doesn't change.
Okay.
Yes.
How much is your tomatoes?
This one is 5 cedis, 3 for 10 cedis.
3 for 10 cedis.
Yes.
All of them, that's how you do.
Yes.
This one 5
cedis.
1, 2, 3
for 10 cedis.
But before, how much do you used to sell it?
We were selling it 10 cedis.
10.
Yes.
Okay. And but did you used to group it?
Yes, like the cocoa. We always sell it 20 cedis.
The tin.
Yes, the tea tomatoes cocoa. We always
that was
sell
before.
It. Yes.
But now, how much do you sell it?
16 cedis, last 15 cedis.
Okay. And then the paint rubber.
Paint rubber 1.2.
1.2.
Yes.
120 cedis.
Yes.
And then
but if you have 100 cedis, I can give it to you.
But before, how much were you selling it?
That time we were selling 25 Ghana cedis.
The Tamale Central Market is a busy place, especially at night. That's it for this week's episode of Shopping List.
And that was what Emma Davis was up to in Tamale. That's the marketplace, everyone. Thanks for watching. There is more news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. My name is Daryl Kwawu. We'll leave you with our funded episode for this afternoon. Stay tuned.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Funded with me, Dr. Thelma Frempong-Mensah of the Desert Youth Services and Consultancy. In our previous session, we talked about determining how much money you need in terms of investment. Now, after you have determined how much money you need, it is advisable to justify how you are going to use those funds and what you are going to use them for. No funder wants to give you any amount of money that you are not able to convince him or convince his company that this is what we are going to use the money for, and it is a viable venture. And so make sure that you are able to justify how much money you need and what you are going to use the funds for. At the end of the day, every investor wants to know that the amount of money they are investing into your business is one that is justifiable and one that will bring in the needed returns. Remember, investors are also there to make profits for themselves, and so be able to justify the amount you are asking for so that they are convinced to invest in your business. Thank you for your time. See you in the next session, and thank you Labadi Beach for hosting us.